we have to have the habits of investing. Yes, I want to show you how we're doing 400% on our money every 365 days without lifting a finger. Why wouldn't I want to show you that? Somebody showed me. My mentor last week made $40,000 in one investment. He makes that every week, at least. All crypto.
Yo, back again, another episode of Attractive Mindset. And today we got a special guest, my guy. I just met him not too long ago, but it feels like I've known him for a long time. His charisma, his vibe, his vernacular, the energy that he puts out. When you talk to him, you're like, okay, I want to continue talking to him. I want to learn something from him. I want to get something out of this conversation, and he's definitely going to deliver. But I'm not going to get into it too much. I'm going to let him introduce himself, Mr. Amari Bryant.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Amari Bryant. First of all, shout out to you, bro. Killing the game. I went and got a haircut today for you.
Hey.
I exercised the process maybe like 2 days before I was really gonna get it, but just want to say my name is Amari Bryant, 28 years old, from Miami, Florida. And man, I'm happy to be here in this moment. I feel like we're gonna learn a lot today. About everything really. So I'm excited. Definitely. I'm excited. I love everything you got going on. Let's go.
So tell us a little bit about you, like, in the entrepreneurship world, how you, started out, what's your upbringing, everything like that, and scale us how you even got into this type of market.
Right. So, we could bring it back. We could bring it back to, my mom had me at 14 years old. So that alone is a story in itself, and then she got into the entrepreneurship space just by, she was working a 9 to 5, and one of her mentors got her house sold, and the realtor that sold the house made $40,000 in one check. And for somebody that's making $40,000 a year to see $40,000 one time in one check, but with one act being done, which is selling a home, she completely just changed her mindset, and she went back, put in her 2 weeks notice, and she became an entrepreneur. So for the last 21 years, she's been a serial entrepreneur. And I think it just kind of rubbed off on me, being raised by her, being able to see the grind, the work. So it started from that moment. So, people have all these things about, the success stories, and they start from where they are, but we got to bring it back to where it started. My mom having me at 14 years old and eventually becoming an entrepreneur based off of the environment she was around.
Okay. And so do you feel like watching her grow up as an entrepreneur, that shaped how you were growing up in high school and everything? Were you into sports, or you more so into like, I just want to get active?
Right. No, I want to get active for sure, but I definitely played sports. Okay. I played sports growing up. I wasn't, I was a very energetic kid, let's say, but, playing sports allowed me to channel my energy, work with different people, being able to be a team player, but also, having your time to shine, based off of time, moment, situations. And but yeah, that definitely rubbed off on me, man. I was a kid that was trying to find a way, to how to do things the shortest way, and in high school, no, in college, my first year of college, my coach used to call me Shortcut, because I used to try to find the fastest way to do something, whether it was running or whatever drill it was, or schoolwork, whatever it was. And but yeah, man, she definitely rubbed off on me, but I was a kid that was selling candy. I was just trying to find a way, for sure. Okay. Side hustles, while also playing sports, for sure.
Okay. So year is whatever year it was that you graduated. What was your next move? You went to college, or you started getting straight into the entrepreneur business?
Nah, bro. So when I got into entrepreneurship for real, when I was 19, started network marketing, I was 19. You know what network marketing is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I played high school basketball. I started at one school. By the time I got to my senior year, I transferred schools. By the time I left that school, we became the number 1, number 2 team in the state. Best record ever in that platform, in that school. And yeah, man, just being able to, be around a different environment. My environment was constantly changing, and I'm gonna tell you something about environment constantly changing. It allowed me to adapt to different things. But yeah, I left high school, and when I was leaving high school, I went to prep school for a year. Then I played Division I basketball. But before that, is when I got into network marketing. And what got me was the fact that I had a friend or a classmate of ours, me and my best friend at the time. We were very outspoken, very outgoing, very personable.
Mm.
So he was like, "Yo, man, you'll be good for this thing. These kids are driving, this and that, and they're like 18, 17, 19 years old." And I was like, "Man, whatever."
Mm.
And it was because of who it was coming from. And a lot of times we don't respect what people are saying based off of who's saying it. But he was saying the right thing. It was just coming from somebody who I didn't expect for it to come from. Long story short, we went to the event. We saw 17, 18, 19-year-olds talking in front of people. The language was different. The lingo was different. The enunciation of the words were different. The empowerment they were talking about was different. And plus, they were all driving like BMWs. And I was like, listen, I don't know much, but I only know a few certain type of people at 17, 18, 19 driving around in a paid off BMW.
Drug dealers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And not from their parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, there's gotta be something going on. So it was a $500 startup. I asked my mom for the money. She gave it to me. She said she was a part of network marketing at one point in her life. And that's kind of where that journey started, for sure. I didn't make no money, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. When it comes to network marketing, I feel like that really is the beginning for a lot of us in entrepreneurship. Network marketing for me started. Damn, like I can't even remember. I said I feel old. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say 2008, 2009 was my first network marketing experience.
Right.
And fast forward to that, I haven't had a 9-to-5 since 2011. So, right. It really comes into a threshold of network marketing was the foundation for a lot of things. A lot of people try to shit on network marketing, and it works if you put in the work. I've had several network marketing businesses that I've been in, and the last one that I was in before I really started doing middleman services, or middleman specialties is what I call it. I did damn near 60K in like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? But it took 2,000 no's a month. It took 5,000 no's a month.
100%.
And being able to build that structure, that hustle, that grind, I'm super appreciative to network marketing.
No, 100%. And I'm gonna tell you the thing about network marketing, and I haven't really been pushing network marketing for the last couple of years. I've been in the passive space, as we talked about before. Mm-hmm. We'll get into it. But I'm gonna tell you what network marketing does. Network marketing allows the person who has nothing, the person who has no knowledge, no background, no history, no business credit score in terms of, having the experience, to do the things that you do in order to go from 0 to 100. And a lot of times we believe that we need to make money right away, but most people aren't gonna make money right away in that space. But what allowed me to get to where I am today is by leveraging the relationships that I built and still working as if I was making a certain amount of money, although I wasn't really making nothing. I was in college at the time. I was 19 years old in college, like playing high level basketball, trying to sell a product.
Exactly.
I wasn't making no money. You know what I'm saying? But because, I was still inviting people, I was still, trying to, share the opportunities and whatnot. I got to be around the people who were making the most amount of money. And I just wanted to be in the room. And by me wanting to be in the room, it allowed me to gain the skill sets that I needed in order to get to wherever I wanted to go.
Nah, big facts.
And that's kind of what it is. So, we talk about, and it's a general line, but you're gonna get paid less for what you do at first, and then eventually get pay more for less.
Of course.
So
tell the people how you transitioned from that experience, going to the event with your friend and seeing this whole vibe and everything, to what you currently do now.
Yeah, man. So honestly, it's like relationship building, right? You got to really be a professional builder of relationships. And I think that has gotten me to kind of where I am today, and wanting to be in the right room. But I'm going to tell you 3 things that helped me get, or 3 things you have to do in order to get to wherever you want to go. You either got to pay your way, you have to earn your way, or you have to serve your way. And for me, service was the biggest thing, because at the one time I didn't have the money to pay my way, right? At one point, I didn't really earn my stripes in order to get into the room. but you can always serve your way into the room, whether that's holding a camera, whether that's, helping set up, whether that's whatever it is, just being of service and bringing value to the bigger picture of what it is you have got going on. But that's what took me to that next level. So I mean, I started there selling a energy drink at the time, moved on to a few more. And then 2017, I got into this crypto space. It was my last year in college. Think about it. First year of college, like my last year of college, I got into this crypto space, and it just blew my mind, bro. 2015, I saw a movie called Dope. You seen a movie called Dope before?
Nah, I don't think so.
I think you may have seen it.
I might have.
And the concept was this kid ended up with drugs in his bag, and he had to sell them. But how can he sell them without being detected? Crypto, Bitcoin, and that concept, like from that moment on, it just stuck with me. So in 2017, I got a chance to be involved in, the cryptocurrency market, the foreign exchange market, the investment world, and it just led me to where I am today. But it started in 2017. I got my first taste of it, and I didn't make no money right away either. Again.
Okay, and so crypto is a huge category, and I'm glad you're the first one to come on the show and talk about crypto. So we definitely gonna get into it because I don't know almost anything about crypto. I know business ethics, and so there was a point in time where I tripled my earnings on crypto, but I did it off of business principles. I didn't know what I was actually doing, and I never went back into the field again. 100%. So what made you stay in crypto once you really evolved into it? You said from the first year of college to the last year, and how has that changed over the years, especially pandemic and post-pandemic?
So the biggest thing is the concept behind it. I'm a rebel. I'm an underdog. I'm the, you say you can't do it. I was that kid in class, in school. I bet what? I can't do what? All right, watch me do it. All right, I can't go Division 1. All right, I signed Division 2. I can't go Division 1. You know what? I don't want that scholarship. Not being cocky, very, very humble, but I believe that if I put in the right work, I can do that, right? So one, I'm a rebel. Number two, that's what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is just another way of moving money. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. You have cryptocurrency, right? Cryptocurrency is like the NBA. And under the NBA, you have different teams. You have the Lakers, you have the Heat, you have the Knicks, you have the Milwaukee Bucks, whatever team, you want to be a part of. Same thing like cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is the field, but then you have different coins like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Ripple, XRP, like USDC, which is a stable coin, or Tether, a stable coin, and so the fundamental principle was I knew that if I can use cryptocurrency down the line, it wouldn't have to be interacted through the government, right? Because anytime you want to go do a bank transaction on Friday after 5, you can't do it, not inside the bank, right? And a lot of times when you deposit money to your bank, it won't clear till Monday.
True.
Well, what if there was a system where I can eliminate the third party, the bank, right? And if I need to send money to you, I can just do it without having any stipulations on the time, how much, how little, who are you, and these things. So if I could being able to transfer money or transfer a type of currency from one party to the next without any third party interference, then why not? And that's the fundamental, principles behind cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is simply another way to transfer money or exchange goods, services, exchange services through a means of payment without having to worry about a third party.
Okay, so I understand those parts of the fundamentals, but the key fundamental that I need to hear is how do you actually make money with crypto?
So it's just like real estate, bro.
Okay.
It's just like business. In business, you have different ways to make money. In real estate, let's use real estate for an example. In real estate, you have different ways to make money, right? One of the ways is what? You could become a realtor and then you can sell homes. That's one stream of revenue. You can become a wholesaler, right? You can get homes under contract and you can sell them to the next person for a little bit more than what the contract says, and it's pretty much being a middleman.
Okay.
Right? You can be the middleman, right? You can buy real estate. You can buy a property and you can hold a property, and over a period of time it gains, equity, it gains value, and then boom, if you bought it for $400,000, 6 years later it's worth $900,000. You just made $500,000. Or you can invest in a piece of property or you can what? You can cash flow it, right? You can get a renter every month, or 2 renters every month, or 3 renters every month. You have 10 renters every month. So while the value of the property goes up over time, you're extracting money from that asset. No matter what the market does, I'm making my $500, $1,000 a month. Same thing in cryptocurrency, right? So in cryptocurrency, let's take Bitcoin for an example. You can take Bitcoin and you can buy it and hold it, right? In 2008, Bitcoin was like worth a penny.
Yeah.
So if you would have gotten in, which many people didn't, obviously at that time, but if you would have gotten in at that time, Bitcoin's now worth 17,000. You would have made 17 times your money, right? So that's one way you can buy and hold. The next way you can do, just like real estate, you can cash flow, right? Cash flow means, like staking, like you hold your money here, or gaining interest. You hold your money here, like you hold your money into a bank, and they pay you 1%, 2% a year, whatever it is. Probably not even that. Same thing. You can get a yield on your money, like a dividend.
Yeah.
8%, 10%, 12%, depending on what platform you use, whatever, whatnot. Another way to make money is to trade the market. It's to leverage the market. It's to hedge the market. I like to call it hedging the market. So when Bitcoin is going up on a daily basis, you can buy the market. When it goes down, you can sell the market, right? And so now you're extracting that cash flow every day from the market, no matter what the market is doing. It goes up or down, it doesn't matter. I'm still making $500 a day, $1,000 a day. So there's different ways you can make money in cryptocurrency. You can borrow from your cryptocurrency. If I put $10,000 worth of crypto into said platform will, because they are holding my crypto, they're making money off my crypto like the banks. I can then go borrow against that 10,000. Let's say I need to borrow 5,000. So my 10,000 is right here still. If Bitcoin goes up, the value of my 10,000 will go up. If Bitcoin goes down, the value of my 10,000 will go down. Right? But over a period of time, it'll go up, obviously, the long game. And then you can extract money like a loan from your cryptocurrency without having to have a credit score, without having to put documents, without having them to know really who you are. And then you can extract that money, take that 5,000, go and invest it. Let's say Bitcoin goes up 50%. Now your original 10,000 is now worth 15,000, and you still then borrow that 5,000. You can go and invest it, pay it back, and boom. So there's different ways you can play the game.
Okay. Now that's dope. That's dope. And so what path do you take, or which one do you feel like is the most lucrative for somebody really trying to get in the game and just become like a mogul in the industry? Like, I don't really know a lot of crypto people like that, but we did sponsor an event with Bitcoin Rodney.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And so, we were there, me and Dan, we were there, with the staff badges and everything, just vibing, and we didn't do anything special, but we were on the banner and all of that stuff. But seeing people like that, like, what breeds those kind of titles? Like, how did he become Bitcoin Rodney, or how did somebody scale to that level of, well, crypto is doing this for me, and et cetera, et cetera.
So I think so number one, you become that just by knowledge, experience. Like before 2017, I lost money in crypto. I took my mom's, for example. I took my mom. She gave me like $5,000. Right, crypto went from, I think, like 3,000 at the time to like 17,000, 20,000 almost, 19,000. So it was going up, but I never sold. I never took profits, and that's the thing. We don't take profits, right? And it went back down, and I lost the money. And I had to tell her, hey, mom, like, I didn't lose the money, but I didn't make no money. Like, it's no profit there, whatever. So I started doing that, or that's the first time I invested money, my mom's money, the other people's money, into the platform. But since then, we've been nothing but profitable. And it's just knowledge, bro. Knowledge. And I believe that when you first get into crypto, it's like, what do you want to do? It depends on how much money you're making. If you're somebody that's already making millions of dollars, or six figures, multiple six figures, or high five figures, then you already have an asset or something that's bringing you money. Then if you want to just invest and keep it long term, you can do that. If you're somebody who's trying to build your equity or build your investment portfolio, and you don't have a lot of money coming in already from a job, from another business, from a side gig, whatever that is, I think the best thing to do is cash flow your money. And that's what we've been able to do in the last, I want to say, maybe a year and some change. almost a year and a half, is we've been able to cash flow our money. Because if you would have held Bitcoin, crypto, and or stocks, and or real estate in the last year, you're down 60, 70, 50%. Bitcoin was at $70,000 in November of 2021. What is Bitcoin now?
17.
It's at 17,000. So if you would have just held it, not saying that it won't go back up, because I believe Bitcoin is going to be 100,000, 500,000, $1 million worth of coin eventually. But you're down on your investment. But if you would have been cash flowing your money over the last year and some change, then now no matter what the market is, you're still extracting money from the market. So like, for example, in the last year and some change, 14, 15 months, we've been able to grow our investment club group to over 10,000 people with over $50 to $60 million invested. Now, this $50 or $60 million of the 10,000 people are not just investing and holding an asset. No, we're cash flowing our money. We're earning and making money, making profits off of the movements of what cryptocurrency is doing or what the foreign exchange is doing on a daily basis. So no matter what the market is doing, gold is down, crypto is down, Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin's been down for a year and a half. I've cashed out over $300,000 in crypto alone, profited alone in the last 14 months. It's powerful.
Mm-hmm. And so what do you do that's different from my bad, Q? I know you. I'm gonna hear. Don't watch this episode, bro. Q Banks. Forever and Profit. You know who they are. Of course.
Q Banks is a GOAT.
Yeah,
he's a GOAT for sure.
We've worked with them, and I've had conversation with him. And I don't know, for whatever reason, crypto just not sticking to me like that. Like I can't really put my finger on it. And so, you saying with your investment group and everything like that, and the constant cash flow, what's the amount of time that you feel like you have to allocate per day towards to make something solidified?
So number one, shout out to Q. He's a GOAT, right? But from what I know, Q is an active trader. He trades the markets, right? He trades the foreign exchange market. He probably gets paid in crypto for sure. I know he bought a few items in crypto, cars, houses, and whatnot. But what we do is 100% passive. So it requires no work. So what we do is we invest in different passive opportunities, passive funds, and whatnot that do the work for us. So if you said, Amari, I want to come in, and I had a guy call me literally today. He said, hey, I want to put a certain amount of money in. He's like, how much am I going to make based off of what you guys been doing over the last, 3 years of these kind of platforms been around, really a year and a half for me. And I'm like, man, you do like 3%, 12% a month on average. That's what we've been averaging, 12% a month on average. You're talking about for every $10,000, you're going to be profiting about $1,200 on that money, and you have 100% access to it. So what we're a part of passive platform. So we take the person who doesn't have the time, because you understand, most people don't have time to actively be in the markets. Most people got jobs. Inflation is like 9%. We trying to figure it out. So we take the people like that, or people who already have money, people who don't feel like doing any more work, and we say, hey, look, listen, Rich, this is what we do. And we come in here, you have your own investment account. I don't handle anybody's money, but the platforms do. And you can earn a certain percent off of that money and have 100% access to that money if you want to have access to it. Simple as that. So, it's a blessing, because when I first got involved in this passive space, it was a risk, and I was at a point where I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was in the health and wellness company. I was pushing health and wellness hard, made 6 figures in that in about a year and a half. That was cool. But it was like at a roles where people weren't buying as much product. It's like, what I got to do? So I had a car. I sold my car. And I was like, dang, should I just start the Turo thing? Which was booming during the pandemic, and a little bit after. Still is. But I was like, man, if I take this money and put it into this opportunity, it can yield me more money in having to do no work.
And this opportunity,
okay, as well as others. I'm in about 3 or 4 platforms right now that's doing very well. But and it's paid off, bro. And we've been able to grow to over about 10,000 people at about $50 million invested. So it's incredible to see what you know, to see somebody go from, you know, $1,000 in their account to now, you know, they have $10,000 in their account, or for me to, you know, be able to put my family members on, you know, helping my family members cash out 45, 50K, 100K, 2K, 3K, you know, a couple hundred a week. You know, it's just very powerful to be in this space. So, and you can always convert your cryptocurrency into cash as well. It doesn't have to stay in crypto.
Do you get hit with a percent for that?
In terms of what?
Of course, pulling it out in cash.
In terms of what though?
Like, you know,
like taxes?
Yeah, well, not even just taxes, but just like it's a fee. You doing
yeah,
conversion.
Fee, but like, I mean, it's 1% fee, taking out a couple thousand ain't doing nothing to you.
Okay.
You know,
so you feel like the crypto market, or the way that you approach crypto, is more so like the long term, not crazy. You're not gonna pull in like an active 50, 100K a month off of it. It's more so an investment over time.
Right. Everything's an investment over time. And there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees in any space, right? I don't care what nobody said. The bank don't even guarantee your money for real. You know, but you know what I would say is it long term? Yes. But if I could show you how, pull out your phone real quick. Let me show you something. Are we allowed to have phones on here?
Yeah.
So go to thecalculatorsite.com.
The calculated site?
Yeah, THECAL calculatorsite.com. It's like orange.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show you what's possible, right? Yeah, so click compound interest.
Okay.
And then you see the one that says Forex compounding on the right?
Yep.
Click that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you started with like $5,000.
Okay.
Let's say 3% a week. Put 3%.
Mm-hmm.
Change the next one to weekly.
Okay.
Underneath that, let's put 5 years.
Okay.
You can kind of project 5 years down the line, right? Not too short, but not too long. And underneath that, put
That's long for me.
5 years is long?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. I need 100,000 in 3 months.
We can make it happen. Okay. And then do let's say compounded weekly, put weekly. Compounded interval, put weekly.
Okay.
And just press calculate.
I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see this, but it says, what's that, 10 mil?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if all works out, that's what it'll be. And that's based off 100% reinvestment into the platform. But let's say scroll down below that and click the monthly. Right? Now you can see what this $5,000 will be cash flowing every single week, every single month, based off of what the platforms that we're in have been doing.
So,
and you got to ask yourself, where else are you going to be able to earn 12% on your money, you know, if you decide to reinvest, compounded over a period of time without having to do any work and still having access to all of the money that you invest or that you profit?
So basically the first 6 figures comes at 40 months.
Right.
And so that's like 2.5.
Well, that's 6 figures based off $5,000. But what if you have somebody who puts in 100,000?
True.
Or $1 million? The numbers change.
Very true.
So you're looking at doubling your money within 5.5, 6 months. So how I look at it is like the bank, right? The bank, we put $5,000 in the bank account. Mm-hmm. $5,000 is already worth 8% less, 9% less. For every dollar you put into a bank, for every dollar we have laying down, sitting down, you know, it's 8, 9% inflation. So you really only have 91 cents, you know, 90 cents to every dollar that is yours because of inflation.
So then the next question I would have is, if we hitting 10 million off of this in 5 years, why we don't know about this?
Information, bro. Information. People think it's a scam. You know, still confused about money. That's what scam stands for. You know, people just don't have the knowledge. So it's like, it's up to people like myself and you to like spread the knowledge. I didn't have knowledge like this. I knew about the market. You know, I knew about the foreign exchange, the crypto markets for a long time. But, you know, if somebody would have told me this 3 years ago, you know, about the passive way, the right passive opportunities, It's like, why not? But it's information, bro. We lack, and I can't even say we lack information because YouTube is around, like Google's around, but we do lack information. But I think we're just scared to invest, bro. We're scared to lose money, and not even lose money, but part with money, right? You invest this money into whatever you invested in, stocks, real estate, cryptocurrency, whatever that is, a business. You have to be willing to understand that this money is really not yours for the next 6 to 12 months. So for example, if we're going out and let's say we go out, right? Get some food. We know we're spending our dollars, and what are we getting in return? Food.
Yeah.
We're getting something right away. You go to the store, right? Or you purchase some clothes. That money is going to something tangible right away. We go out, get some bottles or whatever it is. That money's going towards the bottles and the experience. The vacation is going towards the vacation, the plane ride. You're getting something instantly, pretty much. But it's something to say when we invest our money, it's like, you may not get something tangible right away, but you got to understand that this money is being used to then get a greater value later. And I think that's where we misstep, is because it's not tangible. Because if I invest into Apple, I'm not gonna get an Apple right away. Like, I'm not gonna get a physical Apple. I'm gonna get a paper.
Yeah.
And if the stock of Apple goes up, we can cash out. If not, then it's down for a certain amount of time. And the same thing with just investment. So it's just a mindset, bro. Like, there you go. Like,
facts.
It's a mindset. So I think once we change our mindsets, because you can invest all the money you want, you make as much money as you want, but if our mind isn't changed, then nothing changes.
Very true, very true. And that's the network marketing background in you too.
Yeah, but it's the network marketing, but it's like the personal development background. And that's why the roots are so important, because I wouldn't be where I am today. You wouldn't be where you are today without, the personal development side, altering your mindset, learning the lingo, learning how to, leverage different situations. And that's all we're doing is we're leveraging relationships, leveraging opportunities, leveraging situations, leveraging everything. Because it's about who you leverage, what you leverage, and how you leverage it. And once we learn how to leverage these opportunities that come our way, in the lifetime of the opportunity, it's like, the sky's the limit.
Okay. So, so walk me through what like a typical work week would look like for you, like Monday to Sunday.
Monday through Sunday, like the truth.
Yeah,
doing a podcast with you.
Okay.
Nah, bro. It's just it's. I mean, I have a routine. So every morning I wake up, I write in my journal. Write with my affirmations. I am Mari Bryant. Well, I am Mari Bryant. So happy and grateful now. It's December 31st, 2022, which I've been doing for the last year. It's been my greatest, year, physically, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially, relationally, and most importantly, spiritually. So I do that, and I write down what I want to get done for the day. Write down what I'm grateful for. Say my prayer to the Lord on paper, asking for what I want to ask him for. And so I do that, and I work out. If you look at my story, I'm up at 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. playing ball.
Sleep then.
Yeah, playing ball. I got up at 5:30 this morning to play basketball. I'm doing it tomorrow again, 3 days out of the week. So I'm doing that, and then I get home, eat, take a shower, all that stuff. And bro, I'm on the phones, bro. I'm on the phones. People are interested in what we got going on. They want more information. I gotta send out videos. I gotta, talk to them about what we have going on, the results that we have, how it can benefit them, and just building those relationships, following up with different people. Doing that, then I may take a quick nap, probably. Get back up, eat, do it all over again. Go to the gym, and then that's really it. But I mean, bro, at the end of the day, is I made more money this year in total doing less work
than what?
Than ever before.
Okay.
And it's because of the relationships that have been built. And because these opportunities are so passive, it doesn't require much work. The work that I'm doing is checking up on people, making sure people know how to get in and out of their crypto accounts, making sure people know how to transfer money from crypto to US dollars, making sure people know how to wire money from their bank to a Coinbase or to a crypto.com or to whatever platform to then send it over to the investment platform. You know, making sure people are up to date with what's going on in the investment platforms, making sure, you know, just kind of just doing the how do I say it? The HR slash, you know, the hands-on, like you have to know the things
Yeah,
because we're still
logistics.
teaching. Because, you know, if I'm not here, if something happens to me and I'm not available, you got to know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be mad at us,
Mm.
you know, and I'm just a liaison, you know, so, but that's what a day looks like, man. It's,
Okay.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to earn passively in this space at such a high rate because of these opportunities and still kind of do what I want to do. Like, for real. Like,
So there's no clock in, there's none of that.
nah, it's no clock in. I'm just serving my people. So whatever they need, if I can help them do it, which most times we can, then we're doing it, you know, and that's just building more relationships, bro. We got partnerships with everybody. Like everybody you think that you may know with a name is probably, you know, a part of in some capacity what we got going on. And if not, they will be, you know. So this has allowed, these opportunities have not only helped the individuals, but for myself, it's helped me create credibility for myself to be able to be in these rooms because now I really have something to offer. You know, Omari, what do you do? I can help you make some more money in this space.
Okay. And so the next question would be like, do you face difficulty? Because I know I damn sure do. And, you know, my companies might do 600, 650 a year easy, you know, off of just what they do. But from the way I dress and the way I talk and the way I interact, you know, I meet some certain people and I'm super reserved. I'm not humble, but I have a lot of humility. And so I'm super reserved when it comes to telling them about the things that I do and how I maneuver and everything like that. And the conversation's different. So once the conversation's different from there, to automatically relate to oh, he not really doing anything like that, or oh, he ain't really, you know, got it like that. And so what I find that is it's predominantly black people.
Right.
They be the first ones. Our own people be the first ones to look at us up and down like, he not wearing Louis, he not doing this,
Yo,
he
I got a
not
story to
rocked
tell
out.
you.
And it's like, okay, cool. So how do you deal with that type of situation and what you do?
Bro, I was just having a conversation about this with a buddy of mine who obviously we do business. He's invested for sure. We've been doing business for years. And he makes he's a general contractor. So he builds homes, makes a lot of money doing it. But it's like he doesn't have like his he has one truck, his work truck. He makes a lot of money, like a lot of money. Way more money than me, a lot of money. He has one work truck, but what he does do, he invests in, like, he got, you know, he from Miami, he got golds. He wear a gold chain, all that. So I mean, it's a good investment because if you can sell it, you can sell it for what you got it for.
Exactly.
Or a little more. But we was having this conversation where like our people don't understand that we can be getting money or we could be earning profits and we could be doing big things while still not having the nicest cars or showing the nicest cars or having the most expensive jewelry. And that's what our people relate to. If you don't have the nicest, if your watch ain't blinging and shining, and if your chain ain't ringing across the room, you know, if you ain't got the Fendici, like you know what I'm saying, if you don't have all the top, not just like, well, what are you doing? And that's a mindset, bro. We pay attention to more than what's on our body than what's in our bodies, or you know, what we have on and what we're worth for real.
Bars.
You know, and so I think it's just changing the culture, but it's hard to because, you know, with hip hop, you know, sorry, I love hip hop music, I do, but you know what is their marketing point? Car, jewelry, girls. If you don't have these things, the big entourage, then what are you doing? You ain't really doing nothing. But really and truly, 90% of those people don't really have, I'm not gonna say they're broke, but where's the true wealth at?
A lot of them do go broke though.
Right. But what is the true wealth at? So in 2017, I was a part of a business, right? And one of the leaders was saying, you know, he said, what are the last? He will always ask this question: what are the last three letters of spend?
Spin?
Spend. When you
Spend.
spend money,
Okay.
end.
Mm.
Every time you spend $1, that means you're closer to ending your financial success. But every dollar you invest, you're closer to building your financial wealth. And I think that's what we have to do. And I'm not saying that we're not investing, but how are we investing? You can go and buy the nice cars, the nice jewelry. One of my mentors has $7 million in jewelry. But how are they getting that? Through passive opportunities. They're not taking their earned money that they're working for on a daily basis and paying for it. No. They're taking their earned money, right? And they're investing most of that money. So then now the earned money is still coming in, that 9 to 5, that business, that corporate job, whatever that looks like. You put in them hours, that check gonna come, right? And now they're taking that money and they're putting it into these investments, crypto, real estate, stocks, diversifying, right? And now that invested money will eventually start making more than what that earned money is making. So now I can go in, not take the earned money, but take the profits from the investment money, and I can go and buy the nice cars. I can go and buy the nice chain. I can go on vacation for a month or a week. I can do these things. So it's not impossible. We just gotta have a mindset. And that's just really what it's about. So yes, do I get hit with it? Yeah. I haven't worn my chain or my jewelry for 2 months, 2.5 months for a reason. Because I know I can, but I don't want to. Because that's not. Yes, it's an attention grabber, but I need you to hear how I talk. And for me, it's a little different because I'm more out. I'm very outgoing, and I feel like everybody needs to know what we're doing. Is it a risk of 100%? What you could walk outside today and it could be over. But we have to have the habits of investing. Yes, I want to show you how we're doing 400% on our money every 365 days without lifting a finger. Why wouldn't I want to show you that? Somebody showed me. My mentor last week made $40,000 in one investment. He makes that every week, at least. All crypto.
Okay.
All passive. Married, 6 kids, live over there in Miami. Like, house paid off, car paid off. He don't have no fancy car. He don't have no fancy house. His house on the block is a little fancy than most. He had a gazebo in the back, with a little pool.
You gotta spice it up every now
and
then.
Yeah, but he ain't in a mansion. He got one nice car, I think it's an all red, candy painted, old school dunk rider. We from Miami, we like those things.
Of course.
But he's making over $400,000 or $500,000 every single 30 days.
Sheesh.
But if you see him, you be like, this guy's, he ain't nothing. But then again, it's like, where do we want to invest our money in? Do we want to look good or do we want to be good?
Nah, facts. And so within that same conversation or that same breath, your friend group, seeing or having people knowing what you used to be like, how has that been for you scaling into like, okay, this is what I do now. This is what I have now. Do they still see you in that same light as the old Amari?
You gotta understand, you got to spend 33% of your time with 3 different people. You got to spend the first 33% of people you can learn from, people who are higher than you, above you. 33% of the time, people who are on your level, who are trying to get to. You guys all have the same objective. It may be different fields, but you guys are kind of relatively in the same space, but getting to that next level. And then 33% of your time with people that, you're teaching, people that are looking up to you in some way. So when it comes to my friends, bro, I've had the same friends. I've honestly had the same friends for a long time. One of them. I've known him since I was 6 months old. I'm 6 months older. We grew up together literally. Another friend of mine known since I was 8. Another friend of mine known, our dads were best friends. So when it comes to that, that's different. But I know how to separate. You can't not separate, but in order to be great at whatever it is you want to do, like in order from this last, I want to say 14 months, I had to separate myself in terms of I had to not leave them, but I had to do my thing and kind of just focus on me. And so now, a year and a half later, I can come back and say, yo, listen, I got this information. Let's take it. Because our friends don't know us for what we want to become. They know us for who we were already. You know, I was a kid that I'm going out, having a good time, going playing sports, you know, talking to the girl. Like I'm doing that. I was doing that, you know, which is cool, you know, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's not going to get me to where I want to go.
Yeah.
So let me go over here and focus, right? Do what I need to do. And then I'm going to come back and show you all the results. Now, because they do now, it works in my favor because they do know me, right? Or the old me. They had their own perception of me, right? But now I come back to them with these results and these plays. They're like, oh, if Amari could do it, I could do it. Hold up. You know, that's why I say in order to get to the next level, you got to separate. You got to separate. You have to leave your friends. You have to leave all that stuff and then come back. And those who want to get the knowledge, they'll get it. And you can't ride with everybody. Like, I don't talk to everybody I used to talk to back in the day. I can't. I don't have no time. They don't have no time. They trying to do what they got to do. You know, so, but I haven't had a problem with friends switching up and like that. You know, because I feel like I treat everybody the same in terms of I show love, respect. I'm a good dude. And I owe it to them because at one point, you know, I was in a position where I needed a ride to school. You know, I needed some help, you know, in any area of my life. So I can't switch it up. Now, do I not you can't bring everybody everywhere.
Of course.
That's the thing. You can't bring everybody everywhere. Sometimes you got to move dolo. Sometimes you have to move in sets of twos and threes. You can't bring everybody, you know, but, you know, you learn the knowledge and you just give back. But yeah, every opportunity that I have to bring my people around some positive stuff, you know, or some things that are above our level, I'm going to try to bring them, of course. And I hope they do the same for me. If they got some information that I don't know, I want in. It's like I was in a group chat with my family the other day and we're showing the results of the crypto stuff that we've been doing over the last year. And it's like some of them are a little older, so they're more old school, you know, stocks. I'm like, but listen, like, here's the play. And then when they gave results on what they were doing in the stock market, over 700%, I'm like, why you ain't tell us? We've been telling you about this for a long time. Why you keeping this knowledge from us? Just because I'm in the crypto space majority, I'm in the majority of crypto right now, told me I don't want to diversify. I still want to know the place. I want to know how to do a podcast. I want to know how to start my own clothing brand. You know, I want to know how to get money in the stock market. I want a real estate investment property. Like, put me on game. I'm putting you on game. I expect for you to do the same. And when that energy is not reciprocated, that's what we have it's not balanced. It's imbalanced.
So what would you say to the people, you know, I've had constant conversations about this, but what would you say in your take to the people that say, you know, oh, my friends and my family don't support my business or they don't support what I'm doing?
Oh man, that's easy, bro. 100% of the time, most of your family members won't support you. Well, even in this space, when I got into this space, my own mother told me no. Fast forward a year, and 3 or 4 months later, you know, she's made over 100 and 150,000. But she told me no first. You know, and that's what we have to understand. We're gonna make most of the money with people who we don't know. Just people I met within the last 2 years that I made plays with. People that I've known for the last 15 years haven't done anything, but they know. And vice versa. So you can't expect your family members to understand, family, friends, peers that you've known for a while to really understand your vision because they know you for your experience with them. And if your experience with them isn't what you're trying to accomplish, they're not going to feel comfortable going with you in that realm. And that's okay. But that's why it's important to build relationships outside of that. Like I said, in order to lead them, you have to leave them.
And so do you feel like it's okay for somebody to get upset at somebody that's in their family or their friendship? If, like, you know, say you make a bucket hat and you got your best friend, your boy, he opened his business, you supported him, you bought his shit, you know, you wore all his stuff and everything, and you were like, yo, I got my bucket hats going on pre-sale, and you don't buy it. Do you have the right to get upset?
I think you got a right to get motivated and inspired, bro. I think that's what it is. And honestly, I could honestly say all of my closest friends, the majority of my closest friends and family members, We all do business together. But it wasn't always like that. So you have to show proof, you have to show results, you have to show that you in it. You have to show that like this is what I'm doing. Like I want you to come along. You have to speak with a level of conviction. So should you get mad? I mean, you could get upset a little bit, but do they really owe you that?
That's the key statement right there.
Like,
do they really owe you that?
Like, do they really owe you that? And then you got to understand the world is bigger than one person. I'll tell this to anybody. You're going to do more business. You're going to have more interactions. You're going to build more relationships with people outside of your realm. That's just how it is. And if you keep searching for the people that are above you, you never leverage lower. You always want to leverage higher than you. You always want to be attached to something bigger than you because it's going to take you to the next level. And that person is looking to teach, right? Then the sky's the limit. So
and a no is not a no forever.
And a no is not a no forever. So you got to expect that. You got to expect no's. Like, no, people tell me no every day. Every day. Every day. Okay.
I told you no today.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He said, every day. It's like, all right, cool. Like, next. Because a no is not a no forever. A no is just not now. That person may not be in the mindset, situation, framework. They might not be in the headspace to give you what they have to offer to you and your business. But it's okay because you keep going on, and then you just double back. Hey, look, 3 months later, hey, I've done this and that. Do you want to? Hey, 6 months later, hey, we've grown to this. Do you want to? It's like this podcast. Like, how long you been doing this podcast for? A month. I want to be on right now. Why? Because I'm sure there's people that are gonna tell you no, and then 3 months, 6 months, a year telling you no, then boom.
Most definitely.
It blows up and it's like, do I really want to give you do I really want to give you my platform now? Mm-hmm. When you could have been one of the first people on?
No, 100%. It's definitely a little bit of a cheat code because most people are not going to tell me no because they know me personally,
right.
Even though the podcast is new for itself. And so that just goes to the power of networking in general. Your face card, you're clean. We had a guy on here named Bryant, 24 years old, bro. Opening his 5th restaurant in Miami.
Wow.
South Florida, 24 years old.
Congrats.
And, he has not used any credit. And this kid is a beast, like an actual savant, actual beast. And you got to watch that episode with him, man.
I will.
And
I need basically, to go eat there too.
Basically, he's just on a different level of building things. And he was like, your face card in the Asian community, he was like, that's what we base our stuff off of, is being able to go to each other and be like, oh, this person has a legitimate organization. This person has a legitimate business. Let's help them. And he said that's why their culture thrives in the way that it does. And they don't even need credit. He said, yeah, I have good credit, but I never used it. He's like, because we have our own stuff.
Right.
And that was so powerful to me because we have the Black community and it's like, we don't really do that at all.
No, we don't.
Not even close.
We're not as together. Mm-hmm. And I was talking about that to my boy again. He was like, bro, if we just all came together and just did like just one thing, like it'll be crazy. And so, but yeah, man, I'm excited about, the crypto space alone. I believe that everybody should invest in the cryptocurrency. There's different coins out there. They call them altcoins, like alternate than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the number one. I think if you're going to invest in Bitcoin, and hold it, over a period of time. And then if you can find the ways to cash flow, then cash flow it. Cause in a down period, you can still make money. And I think the crypto /AI /Web3 NFT, I believe that this space is our chance to even the wealth gap. But then again, it's like the habits that we have. Are we investing? Are we spending money? Are we investing money? And if we're spending money, what money are we using to spend it? Are we using our profits or are we using our earn? And so I think that once we start to understand the habits, and it starts with me and you, it starts with the people that are in our circle, the our generation, because we're not set in our one mind yet. We're still exploring, we're still learning. And if we get those habits, and it's like game over.
Nah, most definitely. So this is a 2-part statement question. So what is 3 things that you would tell people trying to get into the crypto market that are absolutely essential steps? And then 3 things that you would tell them getting into entrepreneurship.
So 3 things in the crypto. I would say number 1, it is not guaranteed. Like it is, nothing is guaranteed. I don't care if people sign. Nothing is guaranteed, right? Invest with money that you. So it's not guaranteed, but it can work. Number 2, invest with money that you're willing to part with. And I don't say lose because I don't think anybody wants to lose money, but just know that when you invest into this space, you don't want to have to go back and get that money out because then it ruins the investment. And number 3, find yourselves in the right environment with the right people, with the right results, and that's pretty much it. In entrepreneurship. I would say whatever you want to do, find 1 or 2 people in that area or in that field that are crushing it and do exactly what they do. Success leaves clues. That's number 1. Number 2, I would say enjoy the experience, the process. Don't really worry about too much of the results. We get stuck in the results. Hey, I want to get to, my vision board or my goal is this, but enjoy the process. Like, what are the steps? Enjoy the journey first, because the journey and the steps will eventually allow you to get your results. And number 3, just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Don't take yourself too serious. But just have fun with it. It's all an experience, and yeah. Number 4, document the journey. Document the journey.
Tell them why that's important.
So I mean, documenting the journey is important because people are not in love with the result; they're in love with the story. People are never gonna buy a product or be a part of your business or get into your investment, just solely off of what it can do. Some people may, but most people are intrigued by the story. So if you're going through your journey and you're documenting your process, hey, I started from here, now I'm here, and this is where I'm going to be. People are infatuated with the story, and story sells. Story sells. Like like facts tell, but stories sell. And if you can create your story by documenting the journey, you can always go back and say, hey, listen, I got something to offer. This is where I was before I got started in this space. This is where I am now since I've gotten started in this space. And based off of that, this is where I'm projected to go. And people love a great story, man. That's why when you see like crazy sports stories or, even a World Cup, like that's a crazy, like Messi hadn't won a World Cup, 35. The only thing he hasn't won is a World Cup. So for him, for 15, 20 years to be playing this game of soccer, football, arguably the greatest ever, for him to be missing this one thing and for him to capture it, come on, man.
It's like an Allen Iverson moment.
It's crazy. It's like Jordan hitting the final shot, to win 6 rings. Like that's what it's about. So yeah, man, document your journey. Document your journey is very important. So it's even like social media, like leverage the tools that we have. Don't let these things use us. Let's use them. Let's leverage them to build better opportunities for ourselves. So that's all I would say, man. Secure your future. That's what it's about.
Okay, and do you have any good book recommendations?
I have a lot of good book recommendations, but I'm gonna tell you the one book that always gets me, and I've read it multiple times. I've listened to it multiple times. Is Think and Grow Rich. That's just the number 1 book. That's the book that has created the most millionaires, in the world. It was a book written a long time ago, but every successful person, millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, person of impact, a lot of those principles are in Think and Grow Rich. And so yeah, that's a book. And I would say the second book is the Bible. Read the Bible. Read the book of Proverbs in the Bible.
Facts.
It'll give you how to live your life, money, all that stuff in the world. So
okay,
yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, definitely appreciate you coming down to the talk show. Got a lot of information. And so if somebody wanted to get started in crypto with you or do something, where can they find you and how would they do that process?
Yeah, man. If you want to find me and you want to be a part of our investment club or get more information about cryptocurrency and get more knowledge, yeah, just follow me on Instagram at Amari, AMARI .AB. Bryant. Amari period AB period Bryant. My first last name, middle initial, my initials in the middle. Amari.ab.Bryant on Instagram, and you just follow me right there. That's it. And
Okay,
we
okay.
turned up. Let's go.
Hey, Amari got an attractive mindset. You already know our motto is we look good, we live good, life is good. Talk to us, we talk back. What's the weather outside? The forecast is always sunny where I stand. Mastermind Rich, I'm out of here.
Let's go.